Welcome back to another episode of the Lawrence Johnson Show. Some more iniquitous news your way. We back like cook crack in the 80s, people, in the Epstein files. This is another deep dive because every single day, the more I read, the more my mind is blown, son. He was 007, just fucking on kids. That's it. That's basically what it comes down to. This man had his hand in fucking everything. It's to the point, son, like, if you wrote a movie or a script and you base it off of what's going on right now, niggas be like, all right, hold on. That's just too unbelievable. What? Okay. There's a child sex ring and they're referring to it as pizza. Everyone's taking pictures of each other. He has Stephen Hawking down there. He put him on a submarine because they have underground tunnels that have water as well. Then this man won the lottery, put the money in his ranch in New Mexico, had tunnels in the ranch in New Mexico, had those filled with cement, was a part of Bitcoin, was a part of Coinbase, knew Peter Thiel before Peter Thiel, anybody else knew him, was talking to the Prime Minister of Israel, was talking to the Sultan, was talking to the actual current Prime Minister of Israel, was talking to Putin, used to be best friends with Trump, X'd him out, linked up with Bill Gates, linked up with Lutnick, had Elon Musk begging to come to his crib. And that's just like the tip of the fucking iceberg. How fucking insane is that? I just don't understand. Like, and people are just moving on day to day like this is normal. I'm sorry, people. I think we're going to have our own people's revolution because our government is completely occupied by you-know-who. Right over there, 3,500 miles that away. Blue and white, if you need a little bit more context. I'm vague for now, so the algorithm doesn't catch me that early. But we have no power. See, people around the world are stepping down. Peter Mandelson, he wasn't even accused for half the shit people in America is getting accused for. What did he do? Immediately, you're done. What the fuck? You're cooked. It's over. Because anything after the year of 2008, that's when he was convicted as a pedophile, trafficking younger girls. And there was so many, but somehow he got off with like 3 years. They had good sentence. Boop, he out of there. Even though there was like 15 girls, he only got convicted of one. Because, as you already know, our greatest ally was like, yo, you're an asset. Are you really that horny, big dog? What are you doing, son? A massage a day? Keep the doctor away? Nah, get your horny ass the fuck on. But that's how he was moving, grooving, vibing, sliding people. I'm dead ass. And so now we're at this point where all of this is getting exposed. And the president of the United States said, I think it's time to move on.
You talked about Democrats who were in there. Elon Musk was also in there, and so was your Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and correspondence that he had with him. Did you read those new files that were published by the Department of Justice?
I didn't. I have a lot of things I'm doing, a lot of things I'm doing. I don't know. You mentioned two names. I'm sure they're fine. Otherwise, it would have been major headlines.
A lot of women who are survivors of Epstein's are unhappy with those redactions that came out. Some of them, entire witness interviews are totally blacked out. Do you think that they should be more transparent?
The fact that they thought they released too much. I heard that, and you tell me something else. No, I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Really, now that nothing came out about me, other than it was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
What would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten justice, Mr. President?
Something that people care about. Yeah, what did you say? Go ahead.
What would you say to the survivors who feel like they haven't gotten
You are the
justice?
worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. She's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face. You know why? You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth, and you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you.
Niggas where? What the fuck are you talking about? Murder, child sex trafficking, Pizzagate, Bitcoin, Coinbase, Iran, Prime Minister, everywhere in the Middle East, Russia. That's 9 different things this motherfucker had his hand in, and what did he do? Nobody knows. Nigga talking about a financier. All I do, I trade options. Yeah, options with the whole entire fucking world. I don't know, people. Every day, I'm more and more like, holy fuck. if we not going to do anything now, we're never going to do anything at all, and this is going to be moved as just normal. Because if you see, it's almost like they're releasing in shockwaves of like, okay, let's do this shit. Wait for the outrage to die down. Drop another one. And it went from Venezuela, we just go in there, kick the door down, use the discombobulator for the first time ever, snatch this nigga. And then who knows who running Venezuela now because we don't care about it because the oil doesn't actually bring us profit. And then now it's the Epstein files. And that's the thing. A lot of people are sitting there, well, Donald Trump did Donald. There's a reason this motherfucker's name keeps on getting redacted more and more. And he's also telling you to move on because he's guilty as fuck.
So why are Republicans so interested in Bill and Hillary Clinton? It's because they're trying to distract from the fact that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files thousands and thousands of times. In those files, there's highly disturbing allegations of Donald Trump raping children, of Donald Trump threatening to kill children. So I encourage the press to go look at these allegations, and I'm highly disturbed that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche just got the law wrong. Yesterday, he said, essentially, that it is not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, that's actually not correct. If Jeffrey Epstein was human trafficking minors for these sex parties, and you show up and patronize the establishment at that party, yes, you're guilty because patronizing is part of the law, of the federal sex trafficking law. So Deputy General Todd Blanche just got that wrong, which maybe explains why they aren't investigating all these folks, including Donald Trump. He needs to read the law and investigate these people. He also needs to resign, not only for not knowing the law, but a massive, not only screw up, but the biggest privacy violation in history. They release a lot of pictures of minors unredacted, just violated the privacy of these girls. It is uncalled for what they did. The one thing that they could not do under this law was to invade the privacy of these women now who were girls at the time who were victims of sex trafficking. Also, he met with Ghislaine Maxwell, moved her to a minimum security prison, and then got a puppy for her. So for all those reasons, he's just got to leave the Department of Justice.
His name is in there more than anybody because he used to be best friends and they turned to competitors in a child sex trafficking fucking ring. It's not even no tinfoil conspiracy theory no more. This shit is real. And people sit there, well, no, bro, you think Donald Trump, if he had a bunch of Democrats and people of power that he could send to prison and say that he's been right this entire time and had nothing to hide, would not take that and use that to his advantage? Come on, dickhead. I mean, stop. Get off your knees. You should not be living like that. Take the dick out your mouth. That sounds insane. This is Trump we're talking about, the most egotistical person in the world. And this man, Epstein, said, that is the worst person I know. Do you understand how bad you have to be for a child sex trafficking, murderous, hand in everything when it comes to evil, to call you the most evil motherfucker he knows? Come on, son. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, let's be real. What person you know says, I'm pretty sure I'm going to hell? Because he knows. And all this is going on. He's on Truth talking about his talks with President Xi. We don't give a fuck about China trade right now, buddy. There's a child sex trafficking cult that's been running our country for who knows how many years. That's what I care about. That's what you should care about. And that's the thing is just, let's just continue on. Like no. I'm not going to work. I'm not paying bills. I'm not paying my rent. I'm not paying my taxes. That's the only way people are going to actually make anything happen is because you have to hit them in their pockets. If you keep on going on like life is normal, they're going to keep on going like life is normal. Sorry, confused my words there a little bit. But you get what I'm saying. If we continue like it's normal, they continue like it's normal. If we stop, all of a sudden they're not funded. All of a sudden they have to start panicking. People then need to be held accountable. But who's going to take that first risk to be like, nah, I'm not down with all that. I don't know. Dive into the Zoro Ranch thing because we've been hearing about Epstein Island. We know the fucked up shit that's going on at Epstein Island. But Zoro Ranch has very silently been snuck in there. I was just like, wait, hold on. This nigga had just like a huge base in New Mexico with tunnels underneath it. And that starts with someone winning the lottery anonymously for something like $45 million. And they put it under the Zoro Trust. Obviously, people say, oh, that's just coincidental. Coincidental? Or really? That name is so fucking unique, and you put it under a trust, and all of a sudden this shit is just thriving like that? And we all know he didn't have no fucking real job, so he was getting his money from somewhere, and he was always funded to the brim. PJs everywhere, flying anybody he needs out, moving, grooving, vibing, sliding on some vociferous time. And that's the thing. Hell's hot. I hope they all dress cold, because regardless of what happens on this earth, they're going to have to see that shit in hell for a long, long fucking time. Unless for whatever reason hell ends up being like mad cool, then that'd just be unfortunate, because that just means that none of this shit matters. But I hope that's not true. But back to the Zoro shit. Now, the Zoro Ranch is also where this girl's diary was from, where she says she was being held as basically a baby incubator. She would get pregnant, have Epstein's and Ghislaine's kids, and then never see the kid again. And you see she had this cryptic way of describing basically the terror that was happening. And once they found this, it's like, wait, what are we talking about? Like, why are we not trying to go excavate this shit? Fuck all that. I get there's cement. He's trying to hide his tracks. Let's tear all that shit up. But the thing is, it's surrounded by government land. But just to know that this is just one diary and there's still millions of other documents out there is like, holy fuck. So you have this ranch that has tunnels underneath it with a girl admitting through her diary that she's an incubator and some of her babies are being killed. Because basically he was trying to make this superior race of people underneath him. Kind of like fucking Elon. You can see how he took a bunch of notes and was like, oh, I'm trying to be just like Epstein. But he's a fucking loser. So personally, I think a lot more went on in this ranch than a lot of people even know. He may not even been there a lot of the time, but some fucked up shit was happening, holding multiple women there, where it's basically like he was raising cattle. And that's the next thing that I want to dive into, is just how much of a Zionist supremacist this motherfucker was. As we look through emails, how many times do they mention Goy and Goyams? And that's us. That's people that they think are beneath them. Oh, when are you going to have a no Goyim party? Oh, you know, as a Jew, I love it, but this, that, and the third. This is how the Jew makes money. We short the futures and let the Goyim deal with it in the real world. Yeah, let's get our bread and fuck them. They can have a financial crisis. And if you don't think he has to deal with financial crises, he does. That's the thing. Epstein deals with everything. He meddles in Iran.
The future of Israel. I mean, something will happen in Iran. Maybe we'll succeed. Maybe we won't. And that'll make it worse. But the demography seems terrible. Nobody sane seems to be procreating, and everybody is insane in their own way.
How fucking insane is that? And still, the fact that he had a fake passport made in Austria that said he was living in Saudi Arabia. And this is just one of his fucking emails. Now, it's probably the most used email. Yes, but let's not act like he had a bunch of others. And this is what he was saying over email, people. As soon as they would start talking about meddling in a different country, or hey, do you have connections to the Assad? I'm trying to get somebody out of prison. Excuse me, what? Yeah, that's the type of shit we're dealing with. And he could do it. People were hitting this man up to help out Leonardo DiCaprio to find him business deals from out of market and out of country. This nigga did everything. Also fucked kids. That's the biggest problem in my eyes. Now, if you was just 007 and you're working as like an undercover asset, that'd have been lit. I'd be like, oh shit, like you couldn't even write a movie this good. But no, you killing folks and you're raping kids. And the biggest Pizzagate that everyone used to say was a hoax literally may be true. Let's take a look at some of these emails. But before we even get to that, let's go to the whole adrenochrome type of thing where basically he said, all you need to do is go into this blood bank and you will reverse your aging. They've been saying they've tried to use kids' bloods or kids' circumcision fucking skin to de-age their skin, and it's like, nigga, it's all right here. But people gonna try to call you crazy? No, you're not crazy anymore. You was right. Just about aliens, how everybody used to say they was nuts. Yeah, UFOs are all over the place now. Now it's just like, yeah, you know, they're here. We don't really know what they are, but I mean, who gives a fuck, right? They're just desensitizing us to everything. This is not normal. This man is talking about you can have blood and de-age. That's not normal. Now let's look at this Pizzagate shit. How often they would mention pizza. The one that stuck out to me immediately is this dude talking about, oh man, I with pizza and this grape soda. What white person you ever know, one even likes grape soda that much? Now I understand, there's a few of y'all unique out there that really love your grape soda. But enough to mention it in an email, my nigga? Yeah, exactly. I fucking doubt it. What time you want to get pizza and grape soda tomorrow? Who the fuck says that? Nobody. And then you have this, the chandelier video of the little girl dancing. He said, the pizza party was great. We stayed up all late last night, slept all day in the morning. Why would you? There's no need to mention pizza. You could just say the party was great. This shit was lit. Obviously, you wouldn't say this shit is lit, but still, the fact that you're saying the word pizza drives home that you're trying to say something. Let's not even talk about how he dropped this fact of, oh, wow. Yeah, the Kennedy, she committed suicide. He's talking about whoops. Nigga, whoops. No, sorry. No, oh, man, that's so sad. It's like some shit like, oh, yeah, she got knocked off or passed away. Not his first time saying that. He said that about Robert Maxwell, who is his girl's father. Passed away. Yeah. Motherfucker died, son. Got killed. Took up top, upper room. Straight sent. Why? Because he tried to fuck over Mossad. You don't do that. You never try to extort Mossad. You die. That's what happens. As soon as you make the deal with Mossad, you lock them for life unless you want to die. And all of a sudden, you trying to get 400 mil out of them? And they've been funding your lifestyle? Oh, yeah. Exactly. Robert Maxwell got passed away. What the fuck? And this, your pizza is yummy, yummy. I mean, like, what did Epstein have his own fucking pizza oven that nobody knew about? His own brand? I don't think so. May I bring in your slice of pizza to you respectfully? It's just like, respectfully, what? Who emails that? You just go bring the pizza in. Yo, your pizza's fucking here. Whoa. You don't even have to do that. You would just call the little office phone. Hey, pizza's here. Will you emailing this? Can I bring your slice of pizza into you? What, this man Epstein has some weird ass rule? Email only? Like, what the fuck? Straight up mentions of torture. Where we're like, that's why sometimes I go back and forth where I'm like, okay, maybe they're not really using that many secret words because they blatantly talking about torture out in the open. So I'm like, do you want me to do her first or torture her? And it's just like, throw the flag immediately. What the fuck does that mean? And this is why I get so pissed off at Pam Bondi because why is that name redacted? Who you talking about you need to protect the victims. Who's the victim in this situation? They're not naming any names. They're asking, should he or should he not torture somebody? And then you have this Peggy bitch talking about, oh, should I bring you back a baby? So Madonna, 1 or 2. She's visiting Africa. And it's just like, okay, so this dude was clearly just selling babies on the black markets to, I don't know to who, but to a lot of people of power. And then, did you get the torture video I sent you? And then there's, oh, I loved the torture video. And it's like, no. All these names should not be redacted. I need to see all of them because they need to be held accountable and go to prison. I don't understand what even the question is. Where it's just like, okay, do we need to storm the Capitol and go get Pam Bondi out by her fucking blonde ponytail? Pull the bitch out along with Dewey Patel and be like, yo, we going to beat y'all in the street until we get people started arrested? Like, y'all got a bunch of time to go arrest random illegal immigrants that are working, but you can't go arrest a child sex cult where you see the email of them talking about torture. I'm sorry, that just does not add up to me in any type of world, in any type of circumstance, ever. I thought I would never be able to kill anybody in my life. I was wrong. I may be able to escape anyway. It's like, hello. Okay, unredact that. That's not a victim. That's a possible murderer. Let's hold a public trial and go see what the fuck's going on with this, and let's do some deep dives. But somehow, all this stuff is blacked out. All the important shit is blacked out. But here you are, unredacting girls' faces, accidentally releasing girls' names. You don't give a fuck about that. But every person of power is somehow protected because we are in a defending child sex pedoculating country. Then this weird ass shit of them comparing like women to sharks and shrimp and fish, and he's talking about hammerheads only like white sharks, and this dude's talking about some are like shrimp, you got, dispose of the head and keep the body. Like, hello, that sounds like Jeepers Creepers type shit. I like, what the fuck's going on? And now I'm at the point of like, okay, France, as you can see, holding shit accountable. What they do, they raided the X offices. And what did Elon's dumbass, dweeb bitch ass do? Oh, it's a political attack. No, the fuck it's not. And thank God for the French response of, no. When you're looking at the child pedophiles, that's the correct response. Yeah, it is. That's the thing. Let me put this straight up to y'all. Like I said before, people in America should lose everything that they have. Coinbase should fucking plummet. It's 2018. You're hitting Jeffrey Epstein up for what? Money. You know he's a child sex pedophile. You're done. Cut. Moral compass. 0. We could do all right, but you see why Bitcoin is fucking falling and crypto is cooked? Because this man Jeffrey Epstein had way more involvement than anybody was ever even ready to admit. Satoshi is supposed founder. We still don't know that. Epstein knew him. Yeah, I'm gonna meet with the founders and the developers of fucking Bitcoin. In my head, I look back, I'm like, how did I not put 2 and 2 together? An untraceable money laundering, basically, system that the government could not go in and shut down. I mean, that literally has Israel written all over it. And our buddy Epstein. Because they would never allow some shit like that to be successful. And now it's not going to be successful. It's most likely fucked. If you have crypto, they talking about diamond hands, no. That's not who you want back in this shit. It is over. Now, moving on. Bill Gates. He goes on this interview. Oh, this isn't true. I regret meeting him. Yo, what the fuck are y'all talking about regret meeting somebody? He's a child sex pedophile, pussy. As soon as I know somebody gets arrested for child sex pedophile, I'm never talking to this motherfucker again. If I see them in person, it's most likely on site. Like, I seen that sick ass shit you was doing. Fuck is up with you? We might as well fight right here. No, you don't go to his island. He's talking about, oh, well, I don't know. He wrote the email to himself about this. It never got sent. Now, Bill. You think Epstein would take the time to lie about a situation in an email to himself? No, you're so insignificant, he was reminding him of himself about how fucking audacious it was for you to ask, fuck, and then try to figure out how to drug your wife so she finds out you don't have an STD. Exactly. Bill Gates should lose everything. You're talking to a child pedophile. Next up, Elon dweeb bitch ass Musk. Lose everything. We're merging XAI into SpaceX because everything's losing fucking money that you're doing. It's burning to the ground. Other than SpaceX. Why? Because, unfortunately, people, he basically controls the sky. That's a lot of things people don't know. Is like, oh, he's burning through a lot of money in XAI. Tesla's on the shitter because China's cooking him when it comes to electric vehicles. But SpaceX, that right there, that's his moneymaker. He has so many government contracts, it makes me fucking sick. And it's satellites. He is flooding the air with satellites. And that's what Palantir loves. Because it's surveillance. It's scanning the world to only have eyes on you. And so he's making a shit ton of money, but he should lose all of that because there's other places and other companies out there that can do the same shit. And why is that? Because this man was begging to go to the island of a pedophile. Hello? That's not fucking normal. That's weird. You don't email a pedophile on Christmas. Trying to figure out how you can get there in the new year and start your new year off with a pedophile. A child pedophile. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going for none of that shit. All of these people should be stepping down and losing their job. Dewey Patel, you went up on oath and said he trafficked to no one. Shut the fuck up, dickhead. God, you bug-eyed, fish-eyed bitch. I cannot believe that shit. Get the fuck out. Pam Bondi said the same shit. I'm not gonna tell you anything. I'm just a dumb cunt that sucks Trump's dick every day. Like, y'all have no morals. Y'all really don't give a fuck about life. You just go home and like, yeah, man, oh, wow. Holy shit, I'm really defending kids getting fucked and killed and trafficked around the world. But I mean, I got another 3 years of power. I'll be in the limelight. I mean, we could technically maybe take over. I don't know. Fuck it, I'll be back tomorrow. But whoa, god damn. I can't be religious. There's just no way. Because you wouldn't know, like, oh yeah, I'm going to hell forever. I am fucked. Yeah, Palantir should be disbanded. Done. Him, Alex Karp, cut. Everything cooked. This man, Jeffrey Epstein, had a fucking hand in everything that he did. The biggest child sex trafficker and murderer that we know to this date was basically walking Peter Thiel to the front and giving him billions of dollars. He took his time out to tell the prime minister of Israel about him so he could either get a seat on the board or say, oh yeah, he's a smart guy. You need to get it in with him. Nigga, that's not somebody I want surveilling me. If you can't surveil and figure out someone's a child pedophile and send him to prison, you think I want you surveilling me? Yeah, no way. You would just fucking take over this camera and shoot me in the face as soon as I start talking shit. Nope. No way. People, and that's why we are at the time right now, right? If they are not held accountable and they actually do what they're saying and say, we're moving on. I mean, they said we had to review. We did our review. We released. Yeah, there's still another 3 million. That could be way worse with videos. And we said we're not going to release the videos of death, torture. What the fuck does that mean? Why? Those people should all go to prison. If no one is arrested and no one is held accountable, it is the people's revolution. There's no other way about it. And that sounds crazy because like it's not like I want to say some shit like that. But if we don't, we lose everything. Like you have no chance to hold people accountable for anything ever again if you cannot hold people accountable for child sex trafficking, killing people, black market babies, ruining financial on purpose, meddling in other countries, in the Middle East, etc. All this shit is like what they write movies about and conspiracy shit about. All the conspiracy theories have came true. This man was a Mossad agent, 007 type shit that had his hand in every single facet of the world. Not just our country, the world. And so if that takes us not showing up to work, that takes us stopping to pay taxes, if that takes us, I'm not doing certain grocery shit, like that's what it's going to do. But I don't know if we're ready to do that as a country because we're so desensitized and there's some people that refuse to hold these people accountable that they will continue on with normal life. And so there's one of the two ways. It's either we let this happen or the people come together and we realize it's 99% versus 1 and not left wing, right wing because it's the same fucking bird. And we put this shit full stop. Like we've seen other countries around the world do for way fucking less. They wasn't having a child sex pedo ring that was meddling in other countries and fucking over their people day by day. And they had a revolution. So, yeah, man. I don't know. That's just where I'm at. Because I sit here and every day I report more shit. And it seems like it's wide out in the open of like, oh, that's murder. Oh, that's child sex pedophile. Oh, that's rape. and just nothing's happening. And they talking about, yeah, let's just move on. This man Trump's like, oh, wow, he had to step down. That's too bad. Too bad? What are you talking about, too bad? No, that's great. He had to step the fuck down. Your old ass, pedophile, rapist ass need to step the fuck down as well. But yeah, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in for another episode of the Lawrence Johnson Show and some iniquitous news. Obviously, we're going to do some other stuff, but like right now, there's nothing else that could be talked about other than the Epstein files. Like there's mad other shit happening too, and I want to dive into some of that stuff, but it's just like, yo, no. There's only one time this is going to be released for the first time, and people are going to actually be able to confirm how much fucked up shit was going on behind the scenes. And are we going to hold these people accountable? I don't know, unfortunately. But what I do know, I'm going to keep on reporting every single day because I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. And we're going to have motion like the ocean, people. I appreciate y'all tuning the fuck in. We back like cook crack. Don't forget to stay malfeasant, iniquitous, mephistophelian, and vociferous at all times. I'm going to see y'all later this week. I'm out.
If only we had crossed paths last year, back when I let go of control. So no, the signals that I'm sending, they won't ever be clear. And I'm sorry in advance for all the pain that you feel, but can't comprehend nothing I would feel. If only we
Isn't it crazy how we will never be as young as we are right now? How this exact moment will never come again. We spend so much time waiting for the perfect time to start living, only to realize too late that time doesn't wait